I remember struggling with Vince, because he would get in there and try his hardest, but sometimes he just didn't produce too many keepers for that day because he had stayed up all night partying.
What was your process for recording Vince's vocals? Did you have kind of a way you did it?
Yeah, I always did. I had a process for all vocalists to spare them as much as I could and minimize their time in front of the mic. I'd make 3 columns. I'd write out each line, on lined paper, and I'd make 3 columns next to the lyrics, and we'd make 3 tracks. So we'd do 3 separate tracks right away, and then I'd tell him to go take a break. And he'd leave the studio and, go into the lounge or something, and we would go line by line, and I would circle which was the best line of each of the 3 tracks. And then we would make a composite. We would simply bounce all the various lines to one track. So then we'd have a pretty good vocal performance. And then I'd do 2 more tracks. And then we'd compare those 2 to the good vocal performance. And so the vocalist would have sung the song 5 times, and we'd have almost a perfect track. Then I'd underline or highlight parts that still needed to be worked on, and we would work only on those lines or words that needed to be improved. Most of the time with a normal vocalist, we could do a song in about an hour, lead vocal. But with Robin Zander, we did it in 10 minutes. He could do 2 or 3 songs in one afternoon. He was truly amazing. As a vocalist, Vince had a lot of character, but wasn't able to do that much work all at once. And, sometimes it just worked out that Nicky would have to sing to him what the melody was supposed to be, because he hadn't had enough time to learn the song.
What would you say, like how long maybe a typical song would take for him to kind of get a final vocal or where it was all put together?
A few hours, maybe 2 hours one day, 2 hours the next day. And once he had been partying the night before, he came in, he took his place in front of the mic. We worked with him for several hours and we kept one line.